What if I told you there was a way to transform your Amazon selling experience from tedious guesswork and 10 different software programs all doing different things to more of a thrilling treasure hunt where everything you need is streamlined and simple within one software? Now, Profit Guru has been my solution for this, and it's not just a tool, but it's basically your personal guide to everything that you need to know to succeed on Amazon, no matter what type of products you're selling. It makes finding products and selling products a fun adventure, but also turns you into a savvy seller with insider knowledge. Now, if you sold on Amazon at all, you understand that the competition is fierce because there's a lot of money at stake. And products, competition, and the strategies of the other sellers you're competing against are constantly evolving. That's where Profit Guru comes in because it keeps you up to date with all the information that you could ever need, but it does it in a way that doesn't overload you and confuse you. It makes everything so much easier. I'm going to show you an example of how I use it for my own dropshipping business to easily find suppliers that I can reach out to build up my catalog of profitable products and ultimately net more money every month. But this software isn't just for dropshippers out there. It's geared towards private label sellers, online arbitrage sellers, and wholesale FBA sellers as well. There's various tools that come built into this software that can help any Amazon seller. For instance, one of the most challenging parts of scaling an Amazon business, no matter what type of products you're selling, is the time allocated to finding products and then making sure that you can sell them and that they're profitable. But worry no longer with Profit Guru because it saves you tons of time. It makes you more money by saving you all that time and allowing you to find profitable products a lot faster, and makes gauging products to see if they're winners or losers an absolute breeze. And it's kind of fun in my opinion as well. It doesn't feel like work anymore with this tool because all the information is literally spoon-fed to you. Now, researching products is super easy. You can quickly find high quality products and use different filters to find the best ones to sell. It's essentially like having a crystal ball that shows you what's going to be popular and is selling current. And that leads me to the next step, which is figuring out what your margins are and how much money you'll actually make if you list that product. Normally, you need to actually calculate that using a profit software of some kind or an FBA calculator, but the built-in calculator and sales estimator in Profit Guru tell you just that. You can see the product sales volume and how much profit you can actually make by doing so. It's like having a calculator or a virtual assistant that does all the hard work for you for no extra cost on top of that, and no extra complexity of adding yet another software. It also lets you find products from popular brands and connect with nearly 5,000 suppliers. It's like having a phone book filled with contacts that you can help grow your business with and constantly contact for new products. Now, this is one of the most valuable aspects of this software, in my opinion. Whether you're doing wholesale FBA or wholesale drop shipping like I am, this list of suppliers that you can reach out to is invaluable. If you have any experience with this, you'll know that half the battle is finding good suppliers to actually work with, right? But they've already done that for you and for me. So now you just have to reach out and sign up to them and figure out which ones are profitable so you can actually carve out your piece of the pie and your portion of the profit on that listing. It is a game changer. Now, as if this wasn't enough, the Chrome extension that you can download when you sign up saves even more time too. You no longer need to jump around to many different software dashboards or many different listings because all the most important information is consolidated on the listing for you. So when you're making the decision to sell a product or not, or buy it or not, or list it or not if you're drop shipping, then you simply need to look over to the right and Profit Guru's extension will be displaying all the most important info to make that decision super easy. From the weight and size to estimate the shipping costs, right? Whether you're drop shipping or shipping it into FBA, to the built-in Keepa graph so you can see historical trends and fluctuations on prices and sales velocity, which are both crucial to make smart data-backed decisions, to the profit calculator that you can use right there on the side on the listing, to how many other sellers are actually on that listing and what their current price is, further removing the need for yet another software that I used to recommend, to even all the search terms that typically lead people to finding and ultimately purchasing this product, which if you're a private label seller is a goldmine. I mean, I'm at a loss for words here. What more do you need? If I had a software like this back when I first started selling on Amazon, it would have made it so much easier to start and scale. It would have taken out a lot of the mistakes that I made in the beginning, saving me countless hours and tons of money spent learning lessons the hard way, and it would have made doing product research a lot more fast and enjoyable. Now, when you log into Profit Guru, you'll see all the extensions that you have here at your disposal and all the tools that come with it. Now, you'll get the Chrome extension automatically once you sign up for the software. You can just download it right here. And what that essentially does is on the listing, it makes everything simplified for you, right? So you'll see the Profit Guru section over here on the right from the actual listing page. You no longer need to be in 10 different software dashboards at once, checking all these different things in a step-by-step process, because it's all for you here, streamlined on the listing. As you can see, right, how many reviews are here, the weight, if you need to estimate the shipping, if you're shipping this product into FBA, for example, or if you're listing it for drop shipping, like, do you charge shipping? That's something that you need to know. To whether or not you're able to sell it. Now, I'm not logged into my Amazon seller account here at the moment, but assuming I was, it would tell me whether I'm able to sell it or not, thus eliminating that step as well and saving you a little bit of time. And you might be sitting there saying, like, any number of these things that you're going through is maybe like 20 to 30 seconds to check, and you'd be right. But the name of the game is adding consistent profitable products no matter what you're selling, right? Whether you're drop shipping, wholesale FBA, online arbitrage, or whatever. And because of that, you should be scanning through hundreds or maybe even thousands of products over the next few months as you're sorting through and trying to scale your business. And 20 to 30 seconds through all those listings really adds up fast, trust me. So having all this on the side is going to save you so much time. Now, you'll see the BSR here. So the current BSR is 65K. The average 30-day BSR is a little bit lower because this actually used to sell a lot more frequently. It was at 48K roughly. And as you can see here, this is a variation of this product that I actually purchased probably a few dozen to maybe even 100 times. I sold this Joy sign on Poshmark. I sold it on Mercari. I sold it on Facebook Marketplace. This was a hot seller this year for the holidays. And so because of that, the BSR over the 30-day average was a lot lower. But now that we're closer to Christmas, and believe it or not, this actually runs out of stock very, very fast and then comes in and out of stock, and there's like probably 5 or 6 different variations of this product, very similar but slightly different on Amazon. So that's why you see the BSR currently a little bit higher than it was, you know, in the 30-day average. Regardless, the BSR 30-day average is a crucial metric because it's going to tell you the sales history of this actual listing if you're trying to gauge it over a longer span of time and not just currently right now, so you can make a better, more informed decision of how many products to source or what the actual estimated sales over a 30-day period would be. It also tells you how many sellers are on this listing total, as well as in FBA, another crucial metric. One of the coolest things I've seen as well is it's got a built-in Keepa graph, so you don't need to spend money on Keepa as well anymore. You can just use the Keepa built in here. And on the listing, if you wanted to actually see a little bit more clearer and not just look at like the sales data in this little window, you just click view details and that expands the graph for you, where you can actually take it into Profit Guru and look a little bit more in depth on all the different numbers and nuances of this specific product within Keepa. Very cool. You'll also see the profit calculator here, again, saving you tons of time, whether you're going the free route with the Amazon calculator that's built into Seller Central, like I always recommend, or if you're downloading another paid extension here that actually does this for you on the side, you don't need to anymore because it comes built into Profit Guru. So for example, the sale price is already populated here. What's it selling for on Amazon? $55.99. Then you, regardless of whether you're sourcing this for online arbitrage or wholesale, or in my case, drop shipping, what's your cost price, right? What's your cost of goods? So let's assume that you bought this at, $35 here. Well, then you wouldn't be profitable, right? Because the Amazon fees are roughly $25, and you'd be losing money. But if you're able to say source this for $25 on your supplier, well, then you know that it's profitable at $6.50, roughly a 26% margin here. It estimates your profit here based on your source price and the sale price and tells you the Amazon fees instantly on the listing, saving you so much time. And one of the coolest features I've seen about this is the desired ROI, right? So for example, if you're drop shipping, or maybe you have, an FBA business, whether that's online arbitrage or wholesale, and you need a certain ROI to maintain your cash flow, well, you can go for desired ROI here, and it's going to spit out the exact cost of goods for you, in this case $24.21 if you wanted a 30% ROI at least. And then you know that you need to find a supplier where you can source this for $24.21 or under. And I think that's a really cool feature. Again, the number of sellers on here, as well as who they are and their prices, very, very important. That way you can see the different prices on the listing, right? Does somebody only have a few left in inventory and they're the buy box price, but everybody else has a few left in inventory as well, and maybe you're going to make more money once that buy box seller sells out of their goods. It's important to understand that stuff. And perhaps one of the coolest things I've seen, now this is really only relevant for like private label sellers, is the search terms here. As you can see, it literally tells you all the different different search terms that had led to views and ultimately sales on this product. And that is invaluable if you're trying to create a listing. It's also invaluable if you're trying to run Amazon PPC, because then you can go after and bid on these specific keywords. And I have not seen a software in all my years of Amazon selling that puts all this important data so streamlined and so easy. I know I've talked about tons of other Amazon softwares before, and I'm not trying to hype this up just for the sake of hyping this up. I'm genuinely impressed by this software, and quite frankly, I wish I had this when I started. So that's the extension, very cool stuff. And again, it comes automatically when you sign up for the software. You can just download it. Now, the next cool thing is products, right? So you can go ahead and you can do product research here. If you click on the products tab, just like you would do product research with any other software, this is very comprehensive. You can sort for categories. You can go after the brand. You can search the ASIN, different specific keywords. You get the picture. You can also even reverse engineer brands. You could also do that on the product section as well. But if you look at the brands, you can reverse engineer a brand. So for example, one of the recent Amazon videos that I've done, I taught you how you can actually reverse engineer other brands and snipe other sellers' best products on a listing. So for example, if you're on a listing for dropshippers as an example, and there's 5 other sellers on the listing, well, you can see what brands those other sellers are selling and snipe their best products, but then you can also go back and find all the other brand listings that are selling on Amazon, right? So as an example, let's just search for DeWalt here, and it would pop up DeWalt right here, how many products are on Amazon, and you can look more in depth with that. Or you could just go back to the product section and again, search in brand, right? And search DeWalt for this example. Boom, you're going to see all the products for DeWalt that are on Amazon. And if you wanted to check them out, you just click view on Amazon. There's the keeper graph. A lot of built-in integrations here. And you could get really in-depth with this. I don't want to get too strategic in this video because I have other videos that actually outline how to do things like that. But just understand that there's a lot of power in both the product research and the reverse search brand tool that come integrated with this software. And another really cool thing about this as well is they've built in all these tutorial videos. So if you're not sure how to specifically use them, you can just watch the tutorial. They outline it all for you very easily. So if I was confused about brand, well, I would just watch the tutorial video and bam, they've laid it out for you, all the functions, all the use cases, and how to get started very easily. Now, as you can see here, you can also go through the sales estimator, the FBA calculator, the bundle ideas, and the bulk analysis tool as well. But a lot of these things you'll see integrated on the listing when you download the extension, which on the listing is going to be where like 95%, if not more, of your research and where you're going to spend your time. So I would just say use them on the listing, but it's good to know that they're here in the dashboard if you want to check them out. But perhaps my favorite part of this, and one of the most valuable parts of this tool, especially for a drop shipper, would be the supplier directory. So if you view the suppliers here, it literally has over 5,000 suppliers that you can look through and reach out to. And then if you click more info on them, it's going to tell you who the supplier is, what they sell. It's going to give you their information, their website, their email, so you can email them and contact them, their phone number, so you can reach out and contact them. And this is a treasure trove because if you have any experience, whether it's wholesale dropshipping, retail dropshipping, or if you're doing just like wholesale FBA, anything, you understand that finding good suppliers to work with is the toughest part by far. And so you don't need to go out and purchase a list of suppliers anymore. You don't need to go to trade shows and network with them. And you don't need to sign up for something like SaleWho or Inventory Source that's going to charge you to access them, because this comes built into Profit Guru once you sign up. And you might be thinking like, okay, all this is really cool. I'm also impressed, Brian, but this sounds expensive and I can't really afford to actually spend a lot of money right now as I'm trying to scale my new Amazon business. But the plans are actually super cheap. You can see here that I'm on the monthly plan and it's only $30 a month for this. And that's just paying monthly, right? If you signed up and paid annually, it's even less. So this software is a game changer. Again, I'm not just trying to hype it up for the sake of hyping it up. I'm genuinely impressed, and I've seen dozens, maybe even more Amazon software. This one's got everything in an easy to consume and streamlined format that anybody can master. If you'd like to try Profit Guru, you can do it completely free through the link in the description. Take it for a test drive and see what you can do with it to simplify and scale your Amazon business. Now, this software is like a treasure map for selling on Amazon. It's been super helpful for me, and this is honestly just the tip of the iceberg. There's tons of use cases for this, and it can help lots of different sellers in lots of different ways. I really hope this in-depth tutorial outlined that for you, and if you have any questions, let me know.